Welcome everybody to the Stoneburner Open. I'm your host and commentator CJ, and today we're watching the final game of the quarterfinal G, starring Badger, Dinosaur 11, BroJJ or Jurgis, and BurnEmDown. I think I sometimes call him Broj in this video. It's going to be a good one. We should have a very interesting game. We have, first of all, Badger, the winner of the second North Carolina Invitational, hosted, of course, by Mr. Beast and Direwolf Digital. He famously won his last game of that tournament without the Swordmaster and a very well-timed Unexpected Allies. He absolutely crushed his Group H, winning 3 of the 4 games and scoring an insane 40 points in victory. He's very known to play Fade, Margot, and Gurney. He played Fade twice in this tournament, Margot once and Gurney once. He's generally known as an aggressive player, and some serious table talk comes out of him, so players will need to not only compete with his game on the board, but over the table. All eyes will be on him in this game. BroJJ or Jurgis' Group J was afflicted by a few dropouts. Matthias and Matthias and Cheesable both having to drop out of the tournament due to life events. And so with one win under his belt, he swam all the way to this quarterfinals without much fuss. His major competition in this group was Uba, who ended up losing to On the Bounce in a previous video, which is on this channel, Quarterfinal M. Go ahead and check that game out. It was a very interesting one. He's often playing Fade as well. He's played Fade twice in the tournament, Gurney once, and Irulan. Then we have Dinosaur 11, Dino, who came in second in his Group P, losing out only to Pookie, who managed to win all 4 of his games. So Dino won 2 with a very respectable 14 points in total. He is a self-professed Lady Jessica specialist. However, he came in 4th in both of the games he played with Jessica. Both of his wins came with playing Irulan. So it's a very interesting situation. Will we see him play some more Jessica or go with a safer route in this game? The leader picks will very, very closely looked at, and I'm interested to see what he chooses. Finally, we have BurnEmDown. BurnEmDown, who placed 5th in Group T with 1 win as Fade and won his Wildcard C match against against the fan favorite Sneakerdead, who twice top 4 at the North Carolina Invitational. He's also played some Shaddam and Gurney along the way. So this should be interesting. Let's get to it. All right, everybody, let us take a look at the row. We have Desert Power. We have Southern Elders. We have Thumper, Smuggler's Haven, and Unswerving Loyalty. Very good row here. In this order, we have Dinosaur 11 in first position, Badger in second, Broj in third, and BurnEmDown in 4th position. So we'll see which cards that they're going to be prioritizing. I mean, there's just so many good things here. So like Smuggler's Haven's amazing. Obviously, it's an engine in its own right. Southern Elders is pretty strong. Desert Power is very, very good. And then we have some other good options for some Fremen synergies. So for our leaders, we have Lady Margot Fenring, we have Gurney, Muad'Dib, Lady Jessica, Fade, Staban, and Irulan. No Emperor here, and we're also missing, who else are we missing? Can't remember because what we're missing, but there's one other. But yeah, let's see what we got. So Fade's gonna be great. Margot, we'll probably see a Margot. Margot's been very popular this tournament. I don't know if this is a Staban row, but maybe somebody would be pretty gutsy and play Staban. Dino likes Staban a lot. Muad'Dib maybe. I mean, it's pretty safe. Irulan, Margot, and Gurney and Fade are my guesses, though. And we're off. Get this set up for you guys. And in 4th position, we're going to see a Fade pick. Interesting. We also have Spice Refinery, very good contract, and Harvest for 3 Solari. Oh. Yeah, well, sorry. Sometimes there might be some lag issues. We have everyone playing from all over the globe here, and that might cause a little bit of issues with the loading of Steam and TTS, but we're off. And we're good to go. Our first position player is going to, looks like going to pick up a contract. Dune Desert Planet. heads over to accept contract. Makes a lot of sense. Draws their second dagger. And maybe I should note here that we have a Gurney in third position, which is following a Muad'Dib, which is interesting. So BroJJ decided to take, I don't know, Badger decided to take the Muad'Dib with BroJJ in front of him, or after him rather, with Gurney. And then we have a first position Lady Jessica for Dino. I know Dino really likes Lady Jessica, so he's just like flexing here a little bit. But we shall see. Muad'Dib decided to... No one has any access cards. This is the weirdest opener. All right, Recon to Arakeen, looking for his access card. I'm sorry. There was a Diplo played by Gurney. Gurney was the only one who had an access card. And Fade is heading over to Assembly Hall. Obviously, looking to try to hit this Desert Power maybe for 6. Maybe a Smuggler's Haven and another 2-coster, but everyone has high buy power, except for perhaps Dino, who's sitting at 3. There's 4 for Muad'Dib and 6 as well for Gurney. Maybe Gurney's gonna maybe you'll reveal before playing a second action here. Would he do that? I don't know. I don't know. Action is on Muad'Dib. And I'm going to think here. Let's see if I can get everybody's boards on the screen perfectly. There we go. Maybe having a little bit of lag issues here. Again, one of the things we're dealing with is everyone's all over the world, and so, you know, we have Europe, Asia, that is India, and Australia, and I'm in the west coast of the U.S., so we're all over the place. And what a weird opener for Muad'Dib, really. What does he have to do here? What can he do here? I think he'd probably just like reveal here and take this Smuggler's Haven. Honestly, this is such a bad hand. And the best you can do is get 2 more troops. Or maybe 2 more spice. I don't know if you really need that. You're going to get second position, first action next round. So I feel like that's just... Maybe he's having some connection issues. Let's see. No? Detonation was picked up by Lady Jessica from the... Where did they go? How did I get that? Ring to... Huh? How did you get that? Oh, ring. Didn't think they had any spice, but yeah, that obviously spent their spice. Alright, Muad'Dib has returned. He is going to take 2 troops, so that's fine. Decides not to go for the immediate Smuggler's Haven or the Desert Power. Not worth it, he says. It's going to be a ring to get a couple of bucks for Gurney. Now puts him at 5 persuasion, so not looking at that Desert Power. That is interesting. So he's giving up on Desert Power, but trying to win this conflict. Trying to win this conflict. And what is Fade gonna do here? Probably just open this reveal. I mean, I guess you can waste your water. That doesn't seem great here. Yeah, just reveal. Pick up Desert Power or maybe Smuggler's Haven. I don't know what I do here. I think Smuggler's Haven's better. Yep, I agree. Oh, wow. And finds a Wheels Within Wheels. Wheels Within Wheels plus Smuggler's Haven. Pretty good. You're going to be playing a little bit of a spy game anyway, and you are Fade, so picks that up. Very good start for Fade. Reveals a priority contract here. And Jessica looks like they're eyeing this Thumper. And wants to do it the old-fashioned way by dragging the card instead of clicking the button. That's fine. That's fine. And Badger's going to reveal for 4. Picks up a Southern Elders. Gets some good Fremen synergy going on. There's some great Fremen cards out there right now. Namely this Unswerving Loyalty and this Desert Power. But that Desert Power is going to be gone. Goes Gurney. Gurney's always smiling. It looks like BroJJ's going to take this combat down. That's going to do it for this one. Probably hit that combat or that Fremen. Gets the first friendship of the game, Gurney, and looking very good in 3rd position here with Gurney. All right, and now the sparks are going to fly because everyone finally has their access cards. But now is Gurney too far ahead on Fremen? It's going to be interesting. The conflict is the Test of Loyalty. It's a Thopter with the Emperor bump. It's a pretty good one. Gurney is set up to get worms in this round if they so desire, which I'm sure they do. Yep, they sure do. Make some sense. We're probably just going to see easy. You know what? There might be a block here. I could see Lady Jessica blocking this because letting him get a worm in here and a double bump for free is a really, really sketchy plan from this quarterfinal table. I know that Badger and Dino are very board aware. I don't know BroJJ or BurnEmDown as well. BurnEmDown says, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do my own thing. Which contract are you going to grab? Okay, here's a spy. Blocking Fremen makes some sense. And then contract. Thank you. I'm going to take the harvest contract. And we see a research station contract. That one's pretty good. Lady Jessica's not going to block it. It leaves it to Muad'Dib. Muad'Dib's going to have to block. Or we're going to see a worm. Maybe they're not super worried. I don't know. I'd be a little bit worried. By the way, y'all, it's 4:30 in the morning for me. I am up very early doing this cast, so if I sound a little bit slow, it's because I'm extremely groggy. And now it's up to Deeb. It's up to Badger in the red position if he's going to block Gurney. He's hovering over that ring. He's hovering over it, but we'll see what he decides to do. Gonna have 5 persuasion, probably, no matter what he does. Could get a little bit more if he draws better with his ring. It is really hard to give up your access, though, to do this. But it's something he's definitely... Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to give it up. All right, he's going to deliver supplies instead. He says, I am not going to hurt my game to hurt your game. Although I don't know if that would have been hurting his game. This is simply just blocking worms, and I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't see it. I'm sure he saw it. Maybe he's not worried about it. I don't know. I don't know. Seems pretty bad for the whole table if one person has worms and they have access to Swordmaster. Well, Swordmaster second place. Yeah, seems sketchy. I'm a little surprised that the table has not done that. Anyway, we're gonna see infiltrate for Fade into the Fremen. Getting some troops, just keeping the one in, not gonna really commit, and we'll go to the next one. I mean, this combat looks really good on the surface, but its real utility is that second place. Getting the spy is pretty nice, but Gurney's not set up for any spy shenanigans right now. So they're not really taking advantage of that all that much. Jessica to Secrets decides not to flip. One thing that you can please note is that Jessica's other memories and ability is a May. You can keep Jessica normal on her front side for as long as you want. And so Dino has opted to do that. Badger picks up a True Trance when he reveals. Gurney reveals for 2 daggers, and that's it. And Fade reveals for 4, picking up a Guild Envoy. So some pretty decent cards out there. Now we just see a Rebel Supplier, so some more shenanigans with the spies coming up. Rebel Supplier, very strong card, especially if you have Fremen synergies. Also, Shishakli shows up, another great Fremen card. Lots of good Fremen cards. Long live the fighters. Yeah, so it's loaded. We're going to combat in as soon as Dino clicks this button. He's thinking about buying something else. He just picked up a reliable informant, so quite a decent pickup. Not the best, but not terrible. If you need spies, it's okay. My problem with that card is that it tends to it only puts on the faction access spots, and sometimes those go fast. Oh, Dino's gonna like throw one in? What? He wants second place. He doesn't believe Badger has a combat card. Badger's gonna pass. And a retreat for yellow means that this is a costly second place for Badger. Dino's gonna take second. He gets what he wants. BroJJ gets what he wants. And Badger just takes third, which is not terrible either. Round number 3, we're in the Shadow Contest, the second Thopter. Interesting. Again, these kinds of bump conflicts favor the person who has worm access. Currently, only one person does, and that's Gurney. Gurney with a pretty stellar hand is looking for more worms. Looks like probably just hit a worm right now. Or you could do more water than more worms. I mean, I don't know. You're gonna have to hit access eventually. And what's Fade got? Fade has his Fade's got a Smuggler's Haven in his hand. A bunch of other stuff. No way to get spies down this round besides what they already have. Yeah. It's a little unfortunate. Fade currently with no resources whatsoever. So they're going to have to build back up this round. They're not really going to be poised to do much else. Maybe throw in some troops and get some resources that way, but it's going to be a rebuilding turn for Fade. And Gurney's just going to keep blocking Fremen, so keep that off the table for Fade. Obviously, they don't want a Fade in combat with worms. Makes sense. Not that he had access anyway, but... More contracts. Finds... Oh, okay, now he finally has his access card. So finally we get Wheels and Wheels for him. So Fremen is on the table for Fade. Jessica's going to ring over to their spice refinery. Going to pay the 1 spice, get 4. Now it's sitting pretty good and very high combat. Fine weakness and a Spring the Trap. We'll see if they ever use that in the same round. Probably not, but very, very strong combat cards. You can get some spies going, and they find their spy card. Modib is looking at this True Trends here, so where are they headed? The question is on my mind that they are probably thinking about Fremen. They have 2 Fremen cards, so they might not do that first. They might do something else. Namely, deliver supplies would be pretty strong. You could also start up on the, Bene Gesserit or Emperor. I don't know. It seems like deliver supplies. Yep, deliver supplies is the best pick here. You really want to keep that water off the table. Wadib's strategy seems to be like starving out everyone else right now. And then getting that juicy deep desert. But he's not going to. Okay, he's going to opt for espionage instead. Finds his diplomacy, so more access. Gurney's going to siege. Throwing 2 in. And Gurney's just going to try to worm it again. Makes some sense. What's Fade's play here? You can take 2 spice. 2 spice seems pretty good right here. 2 spice or... I'm not sure. Intrigue card? Intrigue cards are great, but if you don't have anything to do with them, it's not so great. I think you probably get some spice, and then you hold Wheels Within Wheels and Smuggler's Haven and get some extra spice from that, so you can go up to 4. That'd be nice. So yeah, that seems to be Fade's play, is hold your best cards, get the bonuses. Obviously, the bonuses, you place a spy on a desert space, and then you get this to get more spice. Now, because Muad'Dib gave up the deliver supply space, now Jessica has it, and Jessica definitely wants water, because they need spice as well for their ring ability. That's why Dino picked up this Thumper. That's what I was highlighting a moment ago. Thumper is very good for Jessica. Anything that gets you extra spice is great. Now, what's Deep thinking here? Now you can hit up the Fremen. You were thinking about Fremen earlier, most likely. But if you do that, you end up giving up your pot of gold in the desert. He's going to do it anyway. Does he get his level 2 or his 2 influence with the Fremen? Set up for siege, maybe next round or the round after. Jessica doesn't seem too worried about it. The only person who could block is green at the moment, and they're after them, so they won't be able to for 2 rounds. Reveal for Gurney. And we're going to see Desert Power throwing a worm. And this should be a cause for concern for the rest of the table. See if they're going to actually do that. They're deciding. It might not be safe here, obviously. It isn't going to be safe, but they might think that 3's enough. It won't be. Ah, Shashakli gone, and we see a steersman pick reveal for the row. Some good stuff here. There's also, by the way, a Tread in Darkness, which isn't great, but it's neat sometimes. So we have some very good cards in the Imperium row. Some very high power cards. Fade reveals. Gonna put down the Spy, get some spice, and then you could use Fade's ability. Technically, you can do these in any order. Yep. So you put down the Spy, get the 2 spice, and then return that Spy and get 2 more swords. And that's what he's considering right now. This is rough. It's a difficult decision. You never want to be the person tying people, but you also don't want to be giving free combat wins to Gurney when they have only worm access. And Badger's saying, yep, it's just good for all of us. Yep. Little table talk here. Badger's very good at table talk. If you've ever played with him on TTS, you know. But yes, he looks like he's going to do it. And tie BroJJ. So bad for BroJJ, good for the table, I'd say. Badger is definitely right about that. Dino is going to reveal for 2 swords, a spice. Don't forget your spice. And 4 persuasion. Is he interested in this Tread in Darkness? No, he's not. Doesn't look like it. Prepare the ways. Just 1. Passes the turn. Reveal for Badger. Badger's going to pick up this 3rd place here. In this conflict, gets a water. So back up to 2. And nothing to buy. I don't know. Prepare the way doesn't do that much for you, but I guess you need the extra persuasion for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Is Jessica going to play a card? They are. They're tying Badger? Oh, no, he's actually going to use it. Okay. He's going to use Find Weakness for the 5 and take this combat down. Wow. All right. Plot twist. And if I were there in the combat, or if I were playing this game with Dino, I'd say thank you, sir. Because that's an important combat to deny from Gurney. Spring the Trap is accompanied by, gosh, dang it, Desert Mouse. So that's a point in the end for Dino. Action on Fade. Fade with a pretty good hand. All the colors of the rainbow, except for green. Has access to Highliner this round, and the conflict is the Imperial Basin. So wall is up, so no worms this round. Deeb might take his time instead of barreling into Siege then. Oh, maybe not. Maybe with Fade's decision to go to Fremen, that might decide for Muad'Dib that it is Siege time. All right, is Jessica going to flip? It looks like it. Going to see a draw of 2, a flip, and then is Jessica going to copy this effect? Have a little bit of trouble clicking this thing. It's very, very small. And, okay, Reverend Mother Jessica has shown up. Now, he can copy. the effect of the space now because of Lady Jessica's passive. Once during each turn, when you send an agent to a Fremen or Bene Gesserit space, may spend a water to repeat the printed effects of that space. And he is going to do that, so he's going to get 2 spies, an extra draw. All right, so what's he sitting at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a spice must flow. That's generally what you want to do. The turn you flip with Jessica, the meta play is to make sure you hit a spice must flow. But he hit both of his daggers as well, which is not great. But he could always work that. You can make that work. 1 spy going down on Bene Gesserit, 1 going down on... He's thinking about Fremen. Now, he didn't draw his reliable informant, so he's kind of like cutting off his reliable informant a little bit by doing this. I don't know if that's a big deal. It is just an access card, but Siege for Muad'Dib makes sense. Is going to draw 1 from his ring. Desert power to get a worm into conflict, most likely? No. Oh, yeah, right. It's walls up. Just to get some spice. Just some spice at Haga. Interesting. Is he thinking about highlighting this round? It seems weird. Gurney is at 4 points right now. Has 2 friendships and an objective. What? I'm pretty sure Dino has a better action than that. Dino could go to Hall and get an intrigue card. I don't know why he thinks that there's no other options for him. I mean, Assembly Hall is an intrigue. I don't understand. Oh. Okay. That makes sense. So Dino's going for Steersman, not Spice Must Flow. And I think that's okay. I think this is fine. Maybe he's thinking about not getting his Swordmaster this round. Maybe he feels like he's going to be cut off. No one has Swordmaster yet. No one has High Council. I'm surprised. I guess. I'm a little surprised about that. He was worried about someone sniping his steersman or something like that. I guess Muad'Dib is sitting with 7 persuasion in hand, and he couldn't know. I guess there's some table talk badgers saying he had enough, basically. The question is, what do you do here as Muad'Dib? You have all this water. No one else has access to deep desert. You can just let that space just get more and more water. Second position does have the ability, or second place in this conflict gets more water, so Badger might end up with even more at the end of this round. This could be Arakeen for Muad'Dib. So it looks like an Arakeen. I don't think he's going to go in for Research Station just yet. Or maybe he will. Maybe he doesn't care about Deep Desert anymore. Wow. I was wrong. Alright. That's interesting. He wants this conflict. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. It keeps Fade from matching, though. And with no actions left to retort, Fades now has to either gamble on pulling a spy, which they probably won't do, or just let it go. It's much easier to target somebody when they don't have any intrigue cards in their hand. Ah, but Gurney's just going to throw everything in here. Okay. Gurney's just throwing in. That's why I don't know about that research station play. I don't know. I think this is really... I think this is greedy from Gurney as well. And second place is totally fine for Muad'Dib. In fact, it might be what he wants. I have a bunch of cards that could be anything. That's funny. Bunch of good chatter in there. Fade for 4. There's a pair compass. That's it. He decides no. I don't want any of this crap. I don't know. I actually think that maybe he should have picked up this Rebel Supplier. He's Fade. He's already got some stuff. He's got some spies. BGO shows up. And Muad'Dib picked up the Long Live the Fighters. Very good card. Good Muad'Dib card. BGO for Gurney. The only thing that the table can say they have going against Gurney is that this conflict did not pair. It sets them up for a pair. And Gurney doesn't have the most influence, but he's starting to get there. I don't know. It's gonna be sketchy. Action is now on Jessica, who has found their steersman right away. They must be pretty happy about that. Swordsman actually for Jessica will be the next play, and then steersman resetting. Very good round for Dino. And Muad'Dib's going to see a Truth Trance to where? He's going to challenge Gurney. He's going to challenge Gurney here. And he'll be able to do it because Gurney has absolutely no access. So this is a good play from Muad'Dib. Though it's a little weird. He has to be a little worried that he's going to be giving up this deep desert, but maybe he's not super worried about it. Siege for Gurney. So the combat player continues to play combat. Muad'Dib has gotten their worms finally last round. And the big question is, are they going to go for worms this round? They can. And maybe they want to do that since they saw Shashakli go. Really strange, in my opinion, playing the Shashakli instead of the Recon. Did they just draw that? Maybe they just drew that. Either way, if you're thinking about going combat this round, wouldn't you hold the Shashakli? Three of the 4 players are open books when it comes to combat, so that's going to be in the favor of Jessica, though Jessica's not really interested in combat right now. They might be later on with this Spring the Trap in their hand, but it's tense. Huh. That's some A+ banter right there. Badger's trying to get somebody to do something they don't want to do, is go to deliver supplies. Dino does want to go to deliver supplies. He certainly does. Fade is not interested in listening. They will draw, then they will discard and draw 2 more. Okay, finds 3 persuasion. 7 for Fade at the moment. I don't know what they're going to be doing with this this contract for Spice, or for Solari. I don't know if they're ever going to get there. I don't know. By the way, this is Chome Security, this conflict, the Dagger, Chris Knife, excuse me. And it's a good one. It's one of the best ones to take if you have worms. Deep Desert, it's not going any longer. And double worm for Fade, or for Muad'Dib, excuse me. Double worm for Spice. This was the turn. Deep Desert's going to throw another worm in. It's worm on worm action here. And looks like they might end up tying, ultimately. Oh no, he's not going to throw everything in. Okay, now they were going to tie. Funny. So Muad'Dib and Gurney are going to draw, unless something weird happens. I can't imagine anything else happening because they're out of actions. And yeah, that's interesting. It's definitely a thing that's happened this round. I guess both aren't that worried, you know. Muad'Dib definitely wanted this conflict. They need their pair, but... Badger is an expert at this tomfoolery. He is. Now, what is Fade doing here? Fade's probably going to hit up the Imperial Basin and get their point. My guess. No. Giving it up. Going for more spice. Okay. Spice Refinery contract. This is one of the best ones. Not the best one, but it's pretty good. We have 2 research station contracts out there. Interesting. With such a dearth of water, you know. I don't think that's going to happen for a little while. Jessica's looking at this steersman and probably just going to fulfill the prophecy and go to deliver supplies. One would imagine. I know he's having such a hard think about this. Is there something he doesn't want to draw? Maybe there's something in his deck he doesn't want to draw. Maybe it's his other access card and he wants it for next round. He's got 7 cards in there. I mean, there's a pretty low chance you draw what you were going to get, what you didn't want to get. But we'll see. Steersman and discard. Terrible, terrible luck. I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, what you thinking about then? Oh, he's not going to. He's thinking about whether he wants to use his reliable informant to put another spy down. Interesting. And get the 2 spice from Steersman. Huh. Okay. No, he's going to take the 2 spice here instead. I think you leave the one at Swordsman, right? Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. No, you can pull the one at Swordsman. No one else has any actions. Double daggers for Muad'Dib. If I mentioned it's very early. Reveal for Gurney's going to find 6 persuasion. Looking at anything down here of interest. Maybe priority contracts? Priority contract isn't terrible, but they're not set up for contracts yet. So going to pass on that. 2, 4, 5, 6 persuasion and 2 spice for fade and 1 dagger. Is going to go for priority contracts. They do have a lot of contracts, so this makes a lot of sense. Provided they can actually do these. And there's the deliver supplies from Jessica. He got all that he wanted. She. 3 reveal. Decides not to pick anything up. And we're in combat. And wow, Muad'Dib is actually going to take this combat down because of a weirding combat pickup from their passive unpredictable foe. Oh no, they're not going to. They're going to save it. All right, we're on to round number 6. Siege of Erkine. Another Thopter. Another Thopter combat. And we're only on 4 points. 3 to 4 to 2 across the board. But everyone's kind of jostling for position on these tracks here. So we're going to see some points roll in here soon. This is not a great combat. Not a great combat for pretty much anybody. So wall's still down. I see no reason for people to blow the wall. Well, maybe Gurney will, anticipating they're going to be first next round. Could be a good play. In any case, Muad'Dib is going to go get their Swordmaster, as you'd expect. And Gurney is going to be blocked out of Swordmaster unless they BGO right now. Which they will do. Oh, wow. All right, finds Siege Ritual. That's very good for them. Very favorable play. Fortunate pickup. They might do that to sneak in another deep desert. Very interesting. Actually, I might have done that right now, just knowing that Muad'Dib is going for you on that track. Though holding a card is better usually because people don't know what you have. Obviously, you could have a combat card, and people play differently. This combat is kind of a wet towel. No one's gonna bother. I don't think this is gonna be a very low troop combat. It's one of my least favorite combats in the entire game. Ring play for Fade is trying to maybe get their yeah, go get those hooks. Finds the priority contracts in their hand. Could be a pretty good pickup here. Could use that to discard to the Guild Envoy if they wanted to draw through their deck more. Lots of options here for Fade. Gotta throw 1 in. Probably just throw 1 in. Gotta throw 2 in. I don't think you really have to do that. I don't think anybody cares about this combat. Maybe Green might care about it just for the pair. And Jessica's not even going in. I guess Jessica could go in and just spring the trap just for fun. Get that pair. But yeah. Alright, it's fine. You definitely need the extra Solar to get your Swordmaster, so that makes sense. And Jessica's looking at another Deliver Supplies, probably. Could be an Espionage. They have a lot of choices. They're 1 away from an alliance on 2 different tracks. The espionage is really bad for them, though, since they would just have to move their spy. I guess they don't have to. Intrigue card is a little more appealing than the 3 Solari, however, but maybe they do need their High Council soon, so... Water, Solari. It's a strong action. What else could Dino be thinking about here? Emperor. Starting on that Emperor track, you got no progress on Emperor. You definitely need that. Okay, doing it this way? No? Oh, Fremen, okay. Solari, so they're eyeing up the High Council this round, then. Fremkit for Muad'Dib. With Long Live the Fighters. I'm going to see what they hear. The Convincing Southern Elders Dagger. It's going to trash a dagger and bin the Convincing and draw the Southern Elders. That's a very good synergy here. Good Fremen synergy. Good thematic synergy. Now, Gurney has to decide if they are indeed going the Swordmaster. I don't know why they're thinking so hard on this. They need Swordmaster this round. They're going to... Are they using the ring? Why are they using the ring? Okay. They just don't care about throwing into this combat. Okay, that makes sense. So they want their dagger for something. For the siege ritual. Maybe that's it. They want it for the siege ritual. Oh, interesting. So we're going to see a Desert Tactics into siege ritual to take the alliance from Muad'Dib. It seems early. It seems early. It's a 2-point play, but there's no guarantee you get your access next round. Maybe they feel fairly confident that they will. They have 7 cards in deck, so maybe that's a pretty good shot. Though I don't know if they actually have another Fremen access card. Anyway. Fated Guild Envoy, discarding the priority contracts. Drew, not terrible. And then Jessica is going to deploy. We'll go to Secrets this time. Does want the intrigue. And picks up a contingency plan. It's just nice. Nice to have. Jessica opts, interestingly enough, not to use any cards at the moment. Oh, they don't have any way to get blown out by another Secrets play. So, as far as they know, although there's not a way at the moment. Research station conflict. Combat. Research station contract, excuse me, from Muad'Dib. Man, this early morning thing is messing with my brain. And Gurney's got to decide whether he's going into this conflict. It's a 2-pointer. He could, well, it's 1 point, but it's a point if he plays a siege ritual. The big problem is that you're walking into a potential trap. Are you? Actually, maybe you're not. The only person who's got anything left is Jessica. That he knows of. Oh, he is going for it. He is going for it. Interesting, Badger says. Interesting indeed. Hope you have Shadow Alliance, or as you don't have faction access to contest that. What is happening? Yeah, so, yeah. Indeed, what is happening? Are we going to see a steal here? Is Broach just trying to tank Badger? I don't think so. Though we have to pay attention to Mother Jessica over here. Okay, Fade is putting down their spy. Are they going to pull the spy for 2 more? They're going to pull a different spy. Okay, for 2 more. That is interesting as well. Revealing a strike fleet, which is a good card, I've heard. Arakeen for Jessica. Finds a dagger. Is Jessica going to go in and try to win this combat? No, they're not. They could. They could do that. I think you're going to see what Badger does here. This could be a Spring the Trap contingency plan turn for Jessica. It is a point. It is a point. It's a lot of resources to do that. Maybe you're better off wasting everybody's troops. 1 dagger reveal. Wow. Currently, we have 2 players tied at 7. 1, 2 for Jessica. I think we're gonna see it. I know Jessica would prefer to play just the contingency plan, but I think we're gonna see the Spring the Trap this round. It's a point, right? What? Oh, Dino. I wish we could hear the banter. All right. Badger is passing, I'm guessing. Is everyone going to pass? I think we're going to see a Spring the Trap. Yes, we are. Here we go. Okay. Did they skip Badger? Right. Didn't add his daggers, but where this works fine too. So. Dino takes that combat down, gets his pair, goes up to 6 points, is now threatening a win next round. Well, actually would have been threatening a lot more. It is the battle for Arakeen, which is the spy conflict. And that is really good for Muad'Dib, but they don't have any spies on the board. It's not a great pair for anyone, but it is points. And luckily he didn't. Alright, is action on Gurney with no access. I didn't think they had any other access cards. So they're gonna Siege Ritual now? So weird. It's probably going to Siege. Going to Siege to do the Siege Ritual, probably. And then throw 2 worms in. But they're not going to get there in time. As 2 other players have access to double worm. This could be a good Fade Routha turn. Or round. They're sitting on their Smuggler's Haven. They have the Guild Envoy, though. They'd have to discard the Guild Haven to do that. They are hovering over it, so maybe they're not thinking about using the Smuggler's Haven. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe they won't discard their Smuggler's Haven. Just use the Guild Envoy, discard the Diplomacy, draw 2 cards. Maybe that's what they're going to do. They're being stretched a little thin, the Fade. They have points on cards that want them to do different things. If they can get them all together, that'd be great, but it's almost as though they're not going to be able to do any of them if they don't focus on them. Research station for Gurney. Finds a Shashakli. That's an extra bump, so that's a secret bump. That's the one they were probably looking for with the Fremen. So this Fremen alliance is going to get stolen at the end of the round, no matter what. The Siege Ritual will seal the deal. This is a pretty scary combat for the rest of the town, the rest of the table. Also sitting at 7 persuasion, so could High Council next action and get lots of points. One from the combat, one from the steel, one from the Spice Must Flow. Puts him at 7. I think that's got to be what he does. Now the big question is, they have 2 more actions, so maybe they won't be able to manage that. Oh, they're going to discard this way. Okay, because they found that off of their draw from the espionage. That makes sense. And draw into their contracts. Has no contracts completed, but has 3 contracts. I don't know about that. They're going to try to get that done. Or maybe just picking it up for the spice. Maybe that's what they want it for. Quick play from Jessica goes to deliver supplies with reliable informant, putting their spy back on the Bene Gesserit. The wall is coming down, but Muad'Dib has had enough. Muad'Dib sees blood in the water. Smells blood in the water is the term. The phrase. It's early. And Gurney is now deciding whether they want to just go in here. And I think that they probably do, don't they? Now that the wall's down. High Council. Okay, they saw the High Council play. Interesting. Fade Contracts picks up High Council? Or Research Station. Okay. They've got one from everywhere, pretty much. Research Station, Harvest, Sardaukar, and Spice Refinery. Decides not to take the 2 spice from this card instead. Which is fine. It's a thing you could do. Definitely needed to... oh, no, it was their only access card. It was their only access card for Swordmaster. That's why. Makes a lot of sense. Jessica's going to think for a little while and then play the Steersman, probably. Or maybe they're going to play something else first just to draw this round out. No access to worms is kind of a bummer. Three points out of this combat. Okay. Yeah. I see it. But can anyone catch Jessica? Dino showing that he's a real expert with Jessica. Everyone who plays with Dino knows that he loves playing Jessica. It's his main, he would like to say, and this is a very good showing for him. There goes the alliance. There's the reveal. That seals it. Bro just taking away the Fremen forever. There's not much you can do about that. That's not good. That might have tanked the game for Badger. That might be it. Oh, he goes to 6 maybe if he wins this combat. You can't throw in a worm. No water, so... Just picks up the Spice Must Flow and is happy. It is an or, not an and, just as a note. Now what's Fade gonna do here? Probably get their point, right? I mean, there's a lot of spice out there. I'll go base in. Put a worm in. Throw a troop in, kick Jessica out. Didn't get a point. That's not bad. It's not bad. You are locking on some tracks here, though. You definitely need some points, some friendship points. These alliances are starting to dry up. The Emperor's the only one really left. He's thinking about... Is he thinking about contracts? More contracts? I mean, that's an immediate contract. It's quite good. But you can get that with the Emperor. I don't... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are they thinking about hitting up contracts? No, you gotta go to space. What? What is going on here? You either get a point or you go to the Emperor. Right? And a worm. Yeah, okay. Alright, that makes some sense. Point for Fade. Completed contract number 1. They're not out of this at all. This game's not ending this round. Might end next round. It'd be very unfortunate if it was propaganda. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Jessica. And then a Hall of Oratory will be my guess for Jessica's last action. And, wait, did he pull his... Did he pull his guy back? From Deliver. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Pull back from Deliver. Makes sense. All right. It's on Badger. Decision here is reveal. No, he played his dagger. So Badger's looking at Hall of Oratory, or not Hall of Oratory, Assembly Hall. Isn't that what he played? Man. Oh, he's getting the troops. Okay. Troops setting up for next round. Sure. Strike Fleet for Fade is pretty scary. Do you have a chance to draw that next round? He does have a chance to draw that. Wow, he's only got 12 cards in his deck. 13 cards? 13 cards in his deck. So he's got a chance. Hall of Oratory. Finds a distraction. I don't know why it draws to the middle of your hand. It's so weird. Strange choice. And a Devour for Muad'Dib. So this combat is going to go Muad'Dib's way. We're at 8 points for Jessica. Jessica's just trucking along, making points over here. Double alliance. No one's contesting Jessica at all. See 3 points for Muad'Dib. Puts him at 6. Muad'Dib at 6. Gurney now at 6. Fade at 4. And Dino, the Mother Jessica Master at 8. Round number 8. Battle for Refinery. No one owns this one. The wall's down, and it is a mouse combat, so that interests everyone except for Muad'Dib, though, I mean, everyone will want this combat. Walls are down. Oh, and Fade. Research station into his strike fleet. Into the strike fleet. And has access to Imperial base in this round, so that's very good. As the Imperial base and strike fleet, gonna throw a bunch of troops in. This is, I don't want to say that Fade is now looking very, very good, but Fade is looking very, very good. Jessica goes to where'd they go? Espionage. And they copied their ability? Did they copy? They did copy. Wait, isn't that one too many? Oh, he pulled a spy. Five minus 1 plus 3 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. Five, 4 plus 7. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, man. Math in the morning. Yep. All right, we're moving on. Yep. And Muad'Dib is throwing in. It is Highliner. Got to take this one down. If you can get worms in, he's the only one with worms at the Deep Desert. Muad'Dib must be feeling pretty good here. It is a 3-point conflict. No, just a 2-point conflict. It doesn't end the game. It doesn't end the game. So he's going to have to get his last one with the Bene Gesserit. Hope he's not blocked. Doesn't look like that's a high priority, although it could be blocked by Gurney. And here's some, like, table talk here. Oh yeah, there's 2 places that are available for him. Never mind. Emperor as well. So there's no way to stop it. Unless you beat him. All the boys get in there. That's not going to be enough, but there are 4 more incoming. Although Muad'Dib's going to have 15 extra potential power from the double worms and the 2 cards in hand. So plus actually 17 from the unswerving loyalty. So I think this is pretty much a done deal. It's just going to be who's going to be able to pick up the scraps. Can Dino get to 10? Challenge on spice tie breaks is the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 persuasion for Jessica. So next couple of moves by Muad'Dib seem prefigured. We're going to see a Diplo to either Secrets or to Emperor. And then we're going to see... Oh no, he's got no yellow. He's got no yellow. Never mind. Oh no. I didn't even notice that. Muad'Dib doesn't have access to Deep Desert. So maybe they were hoping for the espionage early on. Wow, that's awkward. Well, now what? You still have to win it. You still have to win it. And we've committed all these troops. Yeah. Yeah, no yellow. No triangles, no desert access. That's a problem. No way to draw except unless you went to Fremen, and that just gives up a point, so I don't think you do that. Right? Maybe intrigue cards here? Huh. Interesting. Why this card? Oh, I guess market opportunity doesn't find anything useful. Why not keep this card? He's got Fremen Bond. I guess it doesn't matter. He doesn't want to buy anything. Yeah, he wants the flexibility to get the 2 points. Okay, you can do it this way. You can do it to Emperor. So now he's threatening to win by going to Emperor. And the only... And Fade's not interested in blocking that specific space, so the game is going to possibly end. Oh my. Fade's not seeing it. He's not seeing it. He doesn't see it. A distraction is picked up. 3 contracts completed. Recalls and sends 4 in. Here's a distraction. Is this going Imperial Basin or going to... Yeah, it's got to go Imperial Basin, right? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Could we go to High Council too? No, yeah, it could be High Council. But you can't do both the things. What? Wait. What? Why there? I'm a little confused. Is he going for Spice Missile instead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a space no one's going to go to. Jessica, looking to do what here? This game's going to end. This game's going to end this round. Can nobody see Emperor? He pinged it earlier. I mean, he can't do anything about it. So it's a siege. Throw in troops. I mean, that's really unfortunate. Maybe I would have gone to Arakeen instead and drawn. This is the last round. It's the last action. And everyone's banking on yellow, but I think this game might be over. think this game might be over. It's all going to come down to this. What exactly was Fade trying to do? I wish I knew. Either way, you don't play that card, right? Or you need the spice? What are you using the spice for? You have to win this combat if you're Fade. You have to. You have to win it. And can you win it? So Muad'Dib's going to have 6, 15. Oh, no, he can't. He's not going to have 15. No, he can win it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so he's got only the 7 extra in hand. Which could be enough. It can be enough. 8, 9. Oh, he's got 9 with Unswerving. So 9 extra power from Muad'Dib is threatening to just like snipe this game right now. It's going to take it over. Strategic stockpile looks pretty strong here. Gurney's got access to Highliner as well. And Gurney's going to be thinking 14, 18 total. 20. They can go to 20. They can throw the worm in. Oh my. That's game if Gurney gets this. If Gurney finds Highliner here with their spy, they have a spy. It's just covered up. They find Highliner here and give up strategic stockpile. I think they win the game. But they have to find Highliner, throw everything in, puts them to 18. They reveal Shashakli for 20. They pay the water for the worm for 23. And that wins the game, I believe. Let me see. My 7 plus 11. 12. No, that ties. That ties Muad'Dib. Wow. Okay. So actually, if this happens, I think it favors Jessica. Wow. Spice must flow plus intrigue. Okay, so I guess Fade is literally giving up this combat. It's going to either go to Muad'Dib or it's going to go to Gurney. And Gurney might just throw in here thinking that that's going to be enough. 23 will tie Muad'Dib if they do it. But, I mean, Muad'Dib could just top deck. No, he can't. There's no worms in. Excuse me. There's no worms in. He's not going to do it. Uh-oh. Game's over. I think Muad'Dib just won it. Badger's breathing a sigh of relief. There's one more action, though. Actually, he could still find it. Gurney still got another action. How does Gurney have another action? Oh, their last position, that's why. What? Wait, seems weird. How'd that happen? No. Oh, right, because, well, I know how Fade did it. Fade had with the recall Sardaukar. How did, I guess Gurney just... Oh, Gurney went to Imperial Privilege. That's why I missed that while I was chatting. 9 points for Dino. He's going to have 10 with his combat, or his intrigue in hand. Excuse me. Muad'Dib reveals, throws one more in. Has 7 power in hand. Puts him to 23. Here's the Highliner. We're gonna see a tie. We're gonna see a tie if he throws everything in. All right. It's anyone's game. Game's not ending. It's anyone's game. Oh no, wait. Actually, no. It's yeah. It's anyone's game. Holy crap! Right? Did I do my math right? 22. Oh no, he said 25. How did I miss that? Did I miss a cube? I must have missed a cube. 25. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Wow. 25 will do it. Oh, I miscounted the Arakeen. Obviously, he went to Arakeen last round. That was, or last action. So that's where the extra cube came from. I wasn't miscounting. I just forgot about that cube. That troop. That's going to put him over the edge. So, wow. Gurney's going to actually end up winning this game. Maybe. Actually, might lose on Spice tiebreak, or he might lose on Solari tiebreakers. He might lose to Jessica here. Get my math right. Yeah, I think so. Holy moly. All right. This has been an interesting game. Fade finds a point, but it's not going to be enough. Here's the water for a worm. That's 25. That's 25. And no intrigues for Fade is going to seal his fate here. Badger's going to look at his hand and say, well, that's not enough. I mean, Badger doesn't have to play anything here. It's all done. It's all over. That's annoying. That is annoying. That's not much you can do about that. Wow. BroJJ is going to take this one down. Oh no, BroJJ is going to actually lose on tiebreakers, excuse me, to Jessica. Jessica's going to reveal. Yeah, the one single access for Badger, and he wins that game. So unlucky, so unlucky. Very unlucky. Very unlucky for everyone, it turns. It's going to end up being Dino winning this game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Jessica takes it down in the quarters. Let's go talk to the group. Hey, fellas.
Hey.
Hello.
Wow.
Card on the bottom of my deck.
That's what you're looking for, that yellow symbol, man.
Just my draws were just terrible all game. Like, as soon as turn one, didn't draw any access as Paul, I'm like, I draw a card, still no access.
No.
That last round, I just had, probably one of the worst hands you could possibly draw. I'm thinking, that's okay, because I'll either draw this to be able to draw into this, or I'll draw this, and no. Just never saw what I needed at the right times. And it wasn't like I had a big deck, it just had the wrong stuff at the wrong time.
Yeah. Well,
that happens.
I thought you had it. I honestly thought you had a yellow symbol for like most of that turn. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh no. Yeah.
Well, that's right. If I had to come in here, that would have like brought in these two guys. That would have been another 10. That would have put me up here with swords, another intrigue. So then that would have got me, 2 more points. 3 more points. Yeah. So, yep. Anyway, it's just the way it is.
It is. Wow. It was pretty close. And then BroJJ with this. I missed one thing that he did. I missed the Arakeen count. I don't know how you had an extra agent for a while. I was like, oh, I missed you going to Imperial Privilege. I must have been chatting about someone else's hand, and I just missed you doing that entirely. But I was like, wait, why does he got an extra dude? And he's like, oh, okay. The extra troop that you got from Arakeen did it. I thought you guys were going to tie at 23. And I was like, oh, wait, where'd that extra troop come from? But yeah, Man, if you actually had tied, it probably would have been in your favor there, Badger and Dino. I'd say hey, everyone had a shot if
Yeah.
that happened. Yeah.
I would have won for sure.
So
That at a
if the
time.
game didn't end this turn, I lose.
Yeah, I win for sure because I have a ring coming up next turn. I had 3 water for here. I had at least 7 swords here.
Yeah, 9 if you do it that way.
I had resources for this. Yeah, I just didn't draw yellow. That's sometimes the way it goes.
It's true. Yeah, congrats, guys. Congrats, Dino. I mean, this is a great show for Jessica. I guess I wasn't surprised you picked her. But...
I didn't even look at the other place. I just saw Jessica and was like, yeah,
see Jessica pick Jessica? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like common first because I might as well, it looks fun. And I was like, it'll be a good showing on my channel as well for Jessica in the quarterfinals, And now I get to play Shay in the semis, so that's going to be interesting.
Yep. Broj, man, sorry to see you to tie and lose on tie breaks. It's pretty rough, but played a really good game. That was very solid, like, no foot out line there. And had some great synergies too. And the steal from against Badger was pretty clutch. Honestly, was really the most exciting thing part of this game early on. There wasn't a whole lot going on. You guys were doing your own thing, but it's pretty important moment. And BurnEmDown, man. I'm sorry, man, you had a rough game, but I thought you played pretty well. You had so many things going on in your deck, you couldn't get them all done.
Yeah, eventually my deck became better.
Yeah.
But too late.
Yeah, agreed. Like I know you're like, okay, priority contracts. Like, okay, there's a point there. You're like, okay, Smuggler's Haven, got some points out of that. Pretty good with that one. And you just kind of like got pulled in all different directions, but it kind of worked out mostly until this last round. If you'd have taken this one down, would have been good for you, right? I mean, that's only, is that 2 points? Oh, you had 3.
No, I would have tied, but blue would have me in stars.
Would have still got you. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, really! It was actually an exciting game. There were some parts of the beginning, lots of non-blocking going on. It was interesting. Did you guys notice that, or on reflection, notice I kind of we're getting out of each other's way, where there were a lot of moments where I was like, oh, like Gurney's gonna try to hit like Haga Basin, and then it's like, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, I guess no one wanted to block him for the first combat. And the second combat was also a Thopter, but didn't end up going that way. But
I considered it, but I had double access in my hand, which meant that I wanted to get the faction bump over blocking.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, yeah, it's really hard to give up your faction accesses.
It's something we've talked about a lot. Is if your starting hand is not any of Diplo, Seek, Allies, Signet Ring. It just makes the whole game hard because then you're trying to cycle to draw one, you don't draw it. The last 3 of the last 4 cards in your deck are those things, and the next turn you're cycling all the rubbish that you had in the first turn back into your deck, so you're guaranteed to basically go another 2 turns before you see it. So when that happens and you do see your Diplo or Seek Allies, you can't really afford to be blocking. You've really got to hit your factions because it's going to be at least another turn before you see those cards.
Yeah, no, makes 100% sense. Let's see, Dino, what'd you say? It was very fortunate for Gurney that he had round 2 worms, and people had to make a very hard decision between blocking and playing faction. Yeah, agreed. Well, that first conflict got him round 2 worms. I mean, that was things were kind of going really well for him the early game. In fact, I think you'd be hard pressed to say he had the worst game. I think he had probably the best game overall, and the easiest path, but then it just sort of didn't work out the last couple rounds. But
and another consideration, CJ, with the blocking play on Hugger Basin was at that point in time, I think we both had 2 water. So it was actually the combat wasn't actually water combat. No, I've actually said this about this combat before. It's a bit of a trap when you've got worms. Is this one here, I think, or it might have even been this one? Oh no, it was definitely this one.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Yeah, because you don't get any water back if you do put worms in. So, but going here went from 2 to 1 water, and that left me on 2 water, which guaranteed that I was going to be able to hit this spot. I mean, that was something else that didn't go right. The next card flipped over as this darn thing. But it guaranteed that I was able to access this, where if I had have blocked that, I would have been down to 1 water. He just would have gone to 3 water the following turn and been able to hit straight here and collect the spice as well as start collecting combat. So it was really important to actually let him use his water here. You know, the faction rules weren't that good, and that's why I tried to talk to Yellow to get him to try and win the combat off him, because I thought if he had won those combats, then we would all be in trouble. So it was lucky that Dino actually came over the top with that. What was the card? The other one. He had the one. No, this one here.
Oh, find weakness. Yeah.
Yeah, find weakness. Yeah, to be able to come over the top. So, I mean, if those guys hadn't have done that though, Green was away. He was going to win for sure.
Yeah. No, it's pretty astute. Especially you were sitting on the water. Like, I mean, you're just waiting for that pot to get bigger and bigger and bigger the whole game, and you're monitoring it very well. There's a couple of things I noticed throughout the game. Everyone's at 1 or 0 water. You're like, I'm not worried. You know, it felt like you were in control of that throughout most of the game.
What actually happened was when this combat came around.
Yeah, that was the tricky one.
I didn't actually draw yellow. And there was 4 spies sitting there. I didn't draw yellow. I'm like, I get it. So that's actually where I went here to actually. I think I might have gone with this one. I don't know. I drew a card anyway. I drew into yellow. I got lucky, but yeah, I trashed the yellow early, which actually didn't actually help me at all. I thought, no, it's only 1 yellow. It's not going to matter. But I couldn't cycle enough with this card. I kept on ending up on the bottom of the deck, which I only played it once for the whole game. It was just weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. That's true. It's unfortunate. All right, guys. Any other final thoughts about this game? Congratulations, Dino, moving through the next round. Yes, we'll see you in the semis.
I gotta play my best friend now.
That's right. As long as Jessica comes up, you'll be good, right?
Yeah.
Good luck, Dino. I hope you do well in the next game, and see how far you get, man. You're playing well.
And there we have it. These are our semi-finalists. We have Heretic D, On the Bounce Tall, and Josh Wag in semi-final A. We have Che Guevara, Alpha Nova, Dinosaur, and Terashar in semi B. Semi C has Spec Creep, You Got Franked, Meowcenary, and Kudos. And in semi-final D, we have Joe MB, Bob Blah, I Won't Be Creative, and LSR. So all of these players are looking good, playing hot, and we will see you in the semifinals. Take care.